It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl!
It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl! Sorry about that. Hi there, you guys. Welcome to Rangers of Wrestling. And I'm joined by my co-host from day one, the Swerve Show. And we're going to be reviewing tonight's episode of Impact Wrestling. All right, so Impact Wrestling kicked off with the banger. It was a 6-man tag team match. It was the Bullet Club versus FinJuice and Chris Sabin, which, of course, Bullet Club picking up the victory. I know you didn't see this match for a show, and I'll be totally honest, I didn't see it in its entirety, but from what I saw, it was a good match.
I hope it was a good match because, honestly, I think FinJuice is a corny name. I feel like, what's his name? Bullet Club Chris Bay. Oh, wow, Jay White wasn't even a part of this. I guess their makeshift Bullet Club member, Chris Bay, was in on it. Typical probably 3-man tag match. How did Hikulo and Phantasmo be a part of that? Oh, you didn't even you missed out on this a little bit too. So unless do you know?
Well, Hikuleo and Chris Bay have been teaming up already, and then I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago when they were in trouble, Ed Phantasmo came out and helped them.
Were they teaming up with Chris Bay prior to him joining Bullet Club?
No. The only one who teamed up with Chris Bay prior to joining was, I believe, Jay White after Slammiversary.
Well, there was more fun things that happened later on in the night that I'd like to tag up onto. But who did you say the winners were? Bullet Club, right?
Bullet Club, yeah.
Okay. And then I guess we had a little backstage segment where we had Josh Alexander talking about him going against Christian for the title at the pay-per-view. And when's that pay-per-view? Is it this weekend?
No, it's actually next weekend, Saturday, October 23rd. And guess who's going to be going to Bound for Glory?
You're going to that one? What?
Yep.
That's cool.
I got my ticket right here. Hold on. Let me find it.
Don't show the screen because I'll take a picture of that and scan the barcodes and go for free.
On my time? Hey, it was only Hey, tickets, there's still limited quantities available.
You could probably get in there even if there's no tickets. You just gonna go in there and say, yo, I want to see Impact Wrestling, and they'll let you on in, man. That's how close it is, man. With Impact, you could see the freaking owner of Impact Wrestling at the front door, and he'll be like, all right, come on in.
And Turning Point's also going to be in Las Vegas. So
man, they should just move. You and them should just move to Las Vegas. Forget about Florida.
Steve Callahan says, I don't go to all the events. This is my first ever Impact Wrestling show that I'll be attending. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I should just move to Las Vegas.
True. And then we have Heath, Slater coming out addressing the crowd. He finally says he has 2 kids, which caught me off guard because then he had like 6 of them. But he says he has 2 kids that helped him out throughout his injury coming back from my opinion, his B12 injury when he hurt his back bouncing off the ropes and he just collapsed, which is kind of scary because we've all got that one back pain where we're walking and we're just like, oh my God. But before I get too far into it, Attila, were you able to catch this Heath Slater promo? Because I know you're a huge fan of his.
I unfortunately did not catch it. Tell the viewers more about it.
It was kind of okay. I've heard Heath Slater cut better promos. This sounded very scripted. His voice came off very different. And he came out there saying your stereotypical thing. Hey, he was out there in the hospital and he noticed Rhino was changing and he wants his friend back. And he doesn't know why Eric Violent by Design can control him. Eric Bischoff comes out with his crew minus Rhino. And they said basically, yo, you're not going to get the Rhino. You're not going to get your friend back. And they fought to a brawl. So we could see where this is going. I think Heath Slater is going to try to fight Violent by Design to get his friend back and try to convince Rhino, hey, they were the tag team before his injury. And correct me if I'm wrong, did Heath Slater and Rhino already break up, or did his injury sort of throw a wrench into everything?
I think the injury threw a wrench into everything.
Okay, all right. And I believe that was it with that segment. And then we have a Willie Mack segment backstage where he quotes Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner's famous 131 and third context. But just a promo backstage between him and Rich Swann going for the tag team titles. And next, this is, I believe, where you came into play, the 6-man tag between the ladies.
The 6 knockout match?
Yes.
Yes, this is where I came into play. So on one team we had Mercedes Martinez, Brandi Lauren, and Kimberly versus Lady Frost, Savannah Evans, and Tasha Steelz. I thought this was a decent match. Tasha hit Brandi with the knee to her back.
Mhm.
Or Mercedes, I noticed that Mercedes wanted to tag herself in at one point, but Tasha refused to tag her. And at the end, it was actually Mercedes who was going to pick up the win for her
Yeah.
team, but Tasha stole it from her.
Oh wow, okay. That you nailed it right on the spot with that one. And we had the winners of the match with Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans, and Mercedes Martinez. Was this Mercedes Martinez debut in Impact Wrestling?
I think it was.
Very cool. If you guys don't know, she debuted on AEW. She's been all over the place. She's been on their first pay-per-view and was a mainstay in NXT and got injured big time by Xia Li. And I believe I did a video on the real reason why she got let go from NXT, let alone catching a receipt back on Xia Li, because she got injured. And then in the next match, she hurt Xia Li for real. And I know they don't play games like that, but I believe she might have said something online stupid. Nonetheless, an NXT fixture on Impact Wrestling teaming up with Tasha Steelz, who I'm glad is changing up her gimmick, because she was one of the girls, unfortunately, that kept on playing that ratchet gimmick. And now she's coming out a little bit more gangster, more hardcore, more of like the street, like warriors come out to play. Nice little thing get going on. I think it's just to get the girls, on the same page and used to all the new players on the field. And a shout out to Lady Frost. I know Rose Montana likes Lady Frost, and she's a big person on the scene, and she was a part of this match. But you nailed it on what happened. And your winner is the new girl that showed up to team up with Tasha Steelz. Tasha, Savannah Evans, and Mercedes Martinez.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Alicia Edwards come out swinging with the kendo stick at the end? I missed that.
Yes, she did. Yeah, it was just one of those segments when you finish watching the match, you get up and you walk away, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I there's somebody they have beef with runs out and swings, but nothing that. Oh, now this is the segment. Did you see the Tennille Dashwood segment?
No, I didn't.
All right, this was probably my best part of this show. Tennille Dashwood is very, very boring. She has over 1 million followers on Twitter. Probably that's why they hired her. And she was part of Santina Morella's group, who stole the Walmart case and all. Very stagnant. I know me and Rose and I, we don't like how she's gone this route. Maybe paid a little bit too much for her. And she took over Madison Rain's talk show. Madison Rain had a talk show backstage where she interviewed the divas and whatnot, so on and so on. And she interviewed Jessica Havoc and Rosemary. And then all of a sudden, Caleb with a K, she's hosting, and then all of a sudden she just snaps and curses and just like, I'm tired of all of this. And Rosemary looks at her and is just like, is there an evil side coming out of you, Tennille? And they're planted a seed for her to possibly be another diva or a knockout in makeup. But I like where this is going, because it sucks, and it is what it is. A lot of people say she has a butterface. Whatever. So I guess the makeup would cover it. I think they're gonna go with her character so Carmella, so I'm pretty this, pretty that they need to turn her into that character, sort of what they did with Bunny from AEW. She was that exact same role almost, Tennille Dashwood. But I like where this is going. She showed some charisma. She showed something where I want to tune in next week to see what might happen with Tennille Dashwood. Was that a seed planted? Is she going to join Havoc and Rosemary and turn on Madison Rain? Only one way to find out. Tune in.
Ooh, so, that would be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Tennille Dashwood? I didn't want to put words in your mouth, because I know me and Rose are like on her.
Well, pretty much the same as you guys.
Yeah, it's just right. Like I just I always think of like when girls come out and debut like that. Imagine if they even pull that stunt with a guy, like a guy just shows up and it's just what they sort of do, like EC3. Hey, I'm good looking. Take a look at me. Look at me.
Didn't Taylor Breeze have that gimmick?
Yeah, I think that was actually a lyric in his intro. Look at me. Yeah, Lex Luger, EC3, Shawn Michaels. Look at me. I'm pretty. So
Prince Pretty's here. Is in my eyes when you look at me. You're so gorgeous.
Your crush, you Andrade.
Tyler Breeze.
Prince Pretty. He posted a picture not too long ago of him standing in front of a AEW merchandise stand, pointing and tagging Adam Cole. So, and I know they need some help in the women's division, and he was a great piece. Sasha Banks would shout him out. Bailey, all of them would praise how well he took care of them and who they have in there now they don't really like. And AEW women, if it wasn't for the pros that were already in there, like what's her name, the Mexican girl, Serena Deebs, I forgot her name. If she wasn't a pro by herself, a lot of these green girls wouldn't have been that good. So hopefully they signed him up and just to help out with these other girls, because everybody else has an advantage. I think you have Britt Baker, who's lucky to have her husband, who's got probably helps her out, and everybody else is just a pro on their own. But like when you have your Chris Statlanders who don't really have anybody, your Nyla Roses, your Rijos and stuff like that, I think he would help them out big time. But enough of that. X Division title match. Did you see this?
Yes, the Triple Threat X Division qualifying match, which was featuring Black Taurus, Steve Maclin, and Petey Williams. I really like this match.
Because of Steve Maclin?
Huh?
Because of Steve Maclin?
No. Okay, I thought it was a really good match. Black Taurus got speared Maclin while he had Williams on his shoulder. And once again, Steve Maclin steals it from Petey Williams. He steals the match from him. Like, Petey Williams had this match won, and Maclin just came in and stole it from him.
I agree with you on Black. He actually pronounces his name Black Taurus instead of Black Taurus?
Yeah, Black Taurus.
Because Black Taurus would sound like a car, probably. Like, yo, you still that Black Ford Taurus? But this guy looks amazing, man. He looks like he has Samoa Joe's build, but with a bull mask on. And this was one of his first matches where I looked at him and I was like, man, this guy's pulling off some fancy maneuvers. And he was getting in on it. Petey Williams is selling. Petey Williams has a new look. He looks younger. He looks refreshed. He looks different. He doesn't look like muscle. Maple Leaf Muscle. Instead of doing that gimmick and copying Scott Steiner with the chain on his head, the blonde hair, the goatee, he almost has like a Bobby Fish type of Mike Bennett look, and a better tan, slimmer build. And he got hit with a nasty backbreaker, but Steve Maclin wins, still undefeated, Josh Michaels said. And he sort of resembles a WWE superstar. He has that chiseled Orton John Cena jawline and build to him, thickness. So I see big things for him. What about you? I know you picked up on him pretty quickly. You started to be like, you were like, hey, look out for Steve Maclin.
Yeah, like he's definitely, I think he's gonna go somewhere. Maybe he'll be X Division champion. Since he did qualify, I know some people are rooting for Trey Miguel, but Steve Maclin is undefeated. So I feel like the only way they can go around that would be to say that somebody else takes the pin, and then Steve Maclin can claim that he never got pinned. So he technically still is undefeated. But if you want to keep him undefeated, maybe he'll win at Bound for Glory.
Definitely. As we go on Twitter,
let you guys know because I'm gonna be there.
Oh, awesome! I'm going on your Twitter. If you guys are live, please share, like, hit up the Till Out Rangers of Wrestling. As I'm trying to look for her. Did you tweet out your stuff yet or no?
I did.
Did not. You did? Oh, there you go. 13 minutes ago. There you go. Retweeted. And on to the next thing. Swingers Place is closing down. He had a casino backstage in a Liga casino. And I think it has to do that Tommy Dreamer had a nice little big party now on it. And since Tommy got cancel cultured, they're closing Swingers Place. So anything else that I missed from that segment?
According to Scott Moore last week, it's because Johnny Swinger doesn't have a license to have an underground casino.
Half the people don't even have a wrestler's license that fight for them in Impact Wrestling, and they took it about casino license. Actually, you got to get a wrestler. Go ahead.
Actually, in this segment, there was a couple of little throwbacks, little Easter eggs, if you caught it. So, Bravo handed a Johnny Swinger poster, and he said, "Oh, this is Tawny Kate," but it was really a picture of Dixie Carter.
Oh, snap.
It was like a poster of Dixie Carter, and then Swinger grabs another poster, and he's like, "Did we win this on the bet?" And then Bravo was like, "No," in a lawsuit, and it was like a TNA presents Jeff Jarrett. It was like a big cutout of Jeff Jarrett, like a Jeff Jarrett DVD. So he said we won it in a lawsuit.
That is hilarious. No, I did not pick up on that at all. That's very funny, man. I missed what's her name, Dixie Carter. I hope she comes back in some sort of manager heel role way. So, and And I guess there was something with Brian Myers. I'm not a big Brian Myers fan. I saw him coming out with this team called the Rest of the Learning Tree, sort of like his version of Nightmare Collective. But anything that happens with this before we talk about Mickie James?
I know they had a Backstage Summit earlier, but I didn't catch that. But I do know that Zicky Dice and Manny Lemons had a match against Willie Mack and Rich Swann. And I believe they started a Squeeze the Lemons chant. They had Rich Swann and Willie Mack had a great teamwork, like always. And then, of course, Willie Mack and Rich Swann were victorious. And then the rest of the team came out and attacked them, basically sending a message to Swann and Mack.
Definitely. Shout out to whoever saw my tweet saying that they should sign these guys a few weeks earlier, and they wind up on live TV. Got to pat myself in the back. But back to the guys segment. This is where the men were going crazy. We had Deonna Purrazzo and Mickie James in a wet t-shirt and tight jeans fighting in the farm, getting dirty.
That was last week.
It was last week? Well, I didn't watch last week. I thought it was today. It looked new to me today.
We did a recap of it.
Well, I thought it was amazing. They showed the recap of it. The recap was amazing. Deonna Purrazzo won, dumped her head into the water. You saw the brassieres. You saw pants. You saw the grit, the fight. You saw Mickie James wanted to come back, but Deonna Purrazzo wasn't having it. And she won. Then we get the Impact World Championship match, unless I'm skipping too far ahead. Yes, I am.
Yes, you kind of are, because there was more to that Deonna
Is this when Stone Cold Steve Austin shows up and beats up Eric Young?
There is no Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, no, not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Brian Cage and FTW.
No.
Damn it.
All right. So, Mickie James attempted to attack Deonna Purrazzo while she was in a meeting with Scott D'Amore and Gail Kim. And then finally, they had enough of it. So Scott D'Amore said that there can be no contact between Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo. Scott D'Amore told Mickie James if she touches Deonna Purrazzo, she's gonna, not have her match at Bound for Glory. And Deonna Purrazzo, if she touches Mickie James, she's gonna be stripped of the Knockouts title. So, the solution is to have a pick your poison match for each of them. So Mickie James is going to choose Deonna Purrazzo's opponent, and Deonna Purrazzo is going to choose Mickie James' opponent. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. We'll just I'm just enjoying it. We'll see where it goes from here on out. Who do you think the people are going to be?
I think I know who Deonna Purrazzo's opponent is going to be. I read something and some spoilers, but I'm not too sure.
Spoil it.
I think it's going to be Tessa Blanchard.
No way. That'd be wild.
I don't know about Mickie James' opponent, though.
Maybe she pulls a slick one and picks Gail Kim, her friend.
Maybe she does. Steve Callahan saying Melina.
Trying to think of anybody she has feuded with over. I could see Melina. She had a little bit of confrontation with her in NWA. Yeah, good pick, Steve. Good pick.
Yes, Steve, good pick.
If I fast forwarding too much, I guess we're already in the main event, a tag team match main event.
Yes, it was Ace Austin and Madmad Fulton versus Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. I have to say, Madmad Fulton and Ace Austin proving why they are a good tag team. They had such an awesome teamwork. Honestly, they're a really good cut team. I don't know why their reign as an Impact Tag Team Champions didn't last longer. Like, honestly, it should have lasted longer. They're a really good tag team, not only based on this match, but in general. Of course, Christian Cage and Josh Alexander picking up the win. What were your thoughts on this main event?
I think you nailed it on the spot, man. These two guys are just like yin and yang, but when they come together, Madmad Fulton and Ace Austin, they are awesome. I think you're probably looking at that one maneuver they did where Fulton was holding one of the guys and Ace Austin went on the top rope and did that kick, right? I forgot what it's called. A leg drop, basically, on top of him. And it was a very innovative maneuver. And I think the reason why they took the titles off of them really quick was that they didn't want you to I'm trying to find a word. Make you think they're a tag team. Ace Austin and Fulton need to be separate, especially if they're getting Braun Strowman. Fulton needs to go on that one-on-one big guy run, and Ace Austin needs to get a title eventually. Great match. and I thought it was a one-on-one match. I thought this was actually a title match, but Christian Cage and Josh Alexander win, which is unique because did they beef with each other after the match? Did they do their little pushing? Did anybody get an upper hand on each other?
I think they just got in each other's face at the end of the match.
Very cool. They didn't do WWE mathematics, that being if they were on opposite sides. If Christian got the pin on Alexander, Alexander would win at the pay-per-view and vice versa. But definitely looking forward to it. And it's next Saturday, right?
Yeah, next Saturday. No, 2 Saturdays from now, the 23rd.
This Saturday is going to be a big Saturday. If I try to tune in, I'm going to do a watch along for a boxing. We have Tyson Wilder going at it in boxing, man, which is a crazy big match. Their third time going at it. So, yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're going to be doing that? You're not going to watch the knockdown?
No way. This match is unbelievable. This is tight. Fury and Wilder, man. That's one of the guys, that tall guy that was in WWE, and he was known for the Undertaker move. He got punched and knocked out in the ring, laid out, and then like when he went 9, he got up like the Undertaker. So it's a huge boxing match. It's one of probably years and years before we've had a good boxing match like this. So, and it's a real one. It's not like you're freaking Jason and Logan Paul. So, yep.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll be watching Knockouts Knockdown. I don't know if Rosé's gonna go live for that, but
nah, I doubt it.
All right, so as we get ready to so what would you rate tonight's Impact show?
It was good for Impact. It was a 4 out of 5, a high 3. Wrestling wise, it was a good show. It was a good show. Nothing to stand out. Nothing. It's just they're planting the seed for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I'm actually pretty excited for Bound for Glory. Thank you for he said that we had a great review. Like I said, I will be there live and in person. So I'll definitely be sending you guys updates on the pay-per-view.
Yes. And are you looking forward to The Rock dropping his first rap album tomorrow?
What?
Yeah, he is.
All right. So as we get ready to sign off the air, do you have anything to plug or promote?
Yeah, I want to promote that Chris Harris from TNA fame got arrested earlier today for a DUI. Wildcat Chris Harris of America's Most Wanted, which sucks. James Storm's tag team partner. So that sucks. I'm just going throughout the news, but nothing really to promote, man. I just been burnt out from wrestling. I'm glad the ratings sort of show for that. I'm not the only one. Michael live Saturday, have a little group thing. Sort of taking a break of social media. Woosah, been doing this straight for 2 years, but if anybody wants to do anything live, stream, tag along, I'm more than welcome to do it. Just shoot me a DM on Twitter at the Swerve Show. More than happy to help out. Thank you for standing by me as well as everybody else. That's about it, honestly. What about you? You said you're going to be live in a couple weeks, literally from a pay-per-view.
Yes. Okay. So next week should mark the debut of Legacy of Power LLP, my Power Rangers podcast. And then after that, the following week, the 23rd, I will be live in Las Vegas, beautiful Sin City, from the Tortilla channel. I'll give you guys a live view of the Strip or Fremont Square experience, whatever you guys prefer. You guys let me know in the comments or shoot me or tag me on Twitter.
We gotta donate to you to make you walk down the strip that has the escorts and the pimps.
Oh my god, I'm not going down that.
We'll put your PayPal down and we'll donate, and you have to throw it at the strippers. That'll be amazing. I think if the right person could pull that off.
I don't know. I mean, okay, there's two. If you guys know, when I went to SummerSlam, I gave you guys a live view of the Strip. So there's fun. 2. Do you guys want to see the Las Vegas Strip, or do you guys want to see Fremont Square experience? So what do you guys want? Let me know, and I'll definitely. That? It's the other part of Las Vegas.
Yeah, show us the other part. If you already showed us the first part on your Tortilla channel.
All right, I'll show you guys a Fremont Square experience. So after I get out of the pay-per-view, obviously, I'm gonna, show you guys how Sam's Town looks like. I'll sign off and I'll take the Uber down to Fremont Square, and I'll show you guys the other part of Las Vegas. I heard there's a weed shop in there, the largest weed shop.
Oh, so get some blunts and go live on Rose Montana stream and hit it up. The Tortilla.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do my best to hook you guys as much as I can. Definitely. Definitely. I think you guys will enjoy that very much. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys all so much for watching. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live. Peace.
Wow.